Hey everyone, this is Karen Waksman, founder of Retail MBA. Today we're going to be talking about wholesale sporting goods. If you have a great wholesale sporting good and you want to get it into stores, this training will give you some things to think about in regards to wholesale sporting goods. With that said, let's get started on today's training.
So today I want to talk about the sporting good industry and just some of the things to think about. Basically what I think about when I'm trying to generate revenue, somebody brings me a sporting good product. And again, my goal here is to empower you and inspire you to succeed by giving you additional nuggets of full information to help you win business. So if you have a sporting goods product, there's obviously some major specialty retailers that focus on the sporting good industry. And so that's obviously a great first choice to go after specialty retailers, sports shells, all those different retailers that focus on the sports segment. If that was the case and I had a sporting good product, I would go and take a look at all the different sporting goods specialty retailers, obviously, and I would put them on my list. And I would actually go through each one of the websites of those retailers and find out which retailers sell sporting goods products, because lots of different companies are not those niche sporting goods stores sell sporting goods products. And so what happens when people have a product, they only focus in on the certain retailers that focus in on that category. So in your case, if you have a sporting good product, most people just focus on the sporting good industry and only try and sell to the major sporting good outlets. But the problem with that is anyone with a sporting good product ultimately are trying to sell to those specialty retailers. And so what happens is you go after these stores, they might reject you initially because it's so niche. And so ultimately people usually get disheartened and walk away from their product because they believe the retailers are not interested in them. And that's not true. What you want to do, what the sales professionals do, is you want to go after as many retailers as possible, not necessarily just specialty sporting good retailers. So again, like the Walmarts of the world, Targets of the world, they all sell sporting goods products. Some department stores, Sears, they sell sporting goods products. There's lots of retailers. Even Walgreens have some sporting goods stuff. So it could be the drugstore space. It could be all sorts of different retailers sell sporting goods products. So don't pigeonhole yourself into just selling to specialty retailers for sporting goods products. Again, in the retail space, what they're looking for is they like proven sales because it's less risky. It's not like other industries where it's okay if it's a new product, you just want to put it into what they're doing. The specialty retailers in general, the bigger retailers, like it when you sell to other stores. They actually really like that because they like to show proof of sales. Now, not all of the major retailers need you to have sold your products everywhere before, so I wouldn't stop you from trying to sell to those stores. But ultimately what I would do is I would try and get my products into various different stores, and I'll get rejected sometimes, and then I won't get rejected. And then when I don't, I'm hoping that the product sells in the stores, it's going to grow, the business is going to sell, and then I would go back to any of the retailers that said no to me initially. And so a lot of times in the sporting goods space, the ones that usually say no to me initially are the ones that are the specialty niche sporting goods stores because everybody's trying to sell to them. So again, I am going to go after the specialty stores. I'm going to go after everybody else. I'm going to see where I get my first hit. I'm going to try and do the best I can, try and generate revenue with that product, and then ultimately I'm going to grow that business and then go back to all the retailers that said no to me initially. You can also sell your products to catalogs, and so there's lots of catalogs that sell sporting goods products, so I would take a look at those. So that's another option for you. Online retailers, there's lots of online retailers that sell sporting goods products, so that's another option as well. Take a look also at trade associations that have, there's a sporting goods association. They usually have a trade show, so maybe you can put a booth up at that trade show. So that's really interesting for you. And so again, your goal is to try and grow your business and trying to sell to as many retailers as possible so that the big guys will ultimately buy from you. So I hope that makes sense. And so I will continue to think about other ways to support you in the sporting goods space, but the lucky thing about you guys is if you stop pigeonholing yourself and only go after the specialty retailers that focus on sporting goods, you actually can see that there's tons of opportunity everywhere. And again, it's the drugstore space, it's all sorts of different retailers, the major discounters, shopping retailers sell sporting goods products. you'd be surprised, department stores and so forth. So grow that list and try and sell as many of them as possible, and you will ultimately succeed with your business. So I hope that helps.